Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be installing ArgoCD and then I will explain about how ArgoCD will help you to implement GitOps in Kubernetes. So the GitOps is going to stay in between build and deployment, which will constantly monitor your build manifest file and the deployment manifest file. The manifest file means is nothing but your YAML file. So it will check the manifest file on both build and deployment. Whenever there is a mismatch, it will apply the manifest file in the build server that will be applied to deployment server, which means that your source of truth always going to be the Git repository. So in my example, the application code is going to be on a different repository when the code is built, and that manifest file is going to be on different repository which is managed by the DevOps engineer. So let us see how we are going to implement that in through a manifest file. I wanted to show that in a real-time example. Let's see. So this is app.get. It's nothing but your development team checking the code, like your Tomcat application. When you check in, the Jenkins process is going to create a build package and will create a new image, and that new image will be referenced like this. Let's say the previous one is 21. When I do a new build, it will become 22. And as I mentioned before, this ArgoCD will be checking your new changes that happen in the Git. As soon as it sees that changes that 22, it will immediately pull that changes from the Git and then immediately push that into the deployment server. So when it pushes that to the deployment server, the manifest file will also get updated on your deployment server. You see here the Tomcat app -22 is matching between both your build and deployment. So that means your sync is successful. Okay, let us assume that the developer is going to do a new changes on his Git repository. When he do that changes, there will be a new build. That new build will trigger as the success will create a new iteration. From 22 it will become 23. Again your ArgoCD will try to pull, and immediately it will notify that out of sync between your build manifest and your deployment manifest. We see here the build manifest file has 23, but your deployment manifest has 22. So then it will immediately push that into the deployment server, and the deployment server will become 23, and then it will become sync okay. So now I'm going to show like detail installation and configuration in the ArgoCD. So in this demo, I'll be using these two repository. This is my application repository and this is my manifest repository. So when you run your build, the build package of this application reference will be stored in this repository. So your DevOps team will be using this repository to do the deployment. So let us see what is there in this repository. So under deployment directory, you will be having this YAML file. So whenever you do a new build, your build number will get modified as -25. When I do a next build, this will change it to 26. Okay, so what basically I'm doing as part of the build, this Elm directory will be having the template one. This tag version will be replaced during the build process, and whenever my new build get updated, that build number will be replaced over here using the set command which I shown earlier. So let me go and do the ArgoCD installation in my Kubernetes cluster, and let us do it quickly. Okay, this is my Kubernetes cluster. So I'm going to execute the steps, and I will be attaching those steps in my GitHub and also in the YouTube description. So first you need to create a namespace with and call ArgoCD. Okay, and then these steps I have taken from the official document from ArgoCD. Okay, you can very well find these steps from the ArgoCD website. And then I'm just watching the parts that is running under the ArgoCD a namespace. Let me put a pause for some time. Okay, finally all the parts are running under the ArgoCD. Okay, let me run this command kubectl get svc -n cd. If you see here, my ArgoCD repo server is running with the type cluster IP. That means that I cannot access the ArgoCD URL outside my Kubernetes cluster. In order to access your ArgoCD, you need to convert this cluster IP to node port. So this is a command. Go at the very last bottom, change the type to node port. Okay, you see here, now it changed to node port. So kubectl get nodes. I have like this is my control plane, and then I do have like 2 worker node. Basically, I can access my ArgoCD by using this host name followed by this port number. This is like HTTP and this is HTTPS. Okay, worker. Let me take this. You advance. Ignore this error. Okay. So in order to find your initial password, you need to go back to your cluster, type this command, you will get this one. So copy this. Your username is admin. You sign in. Okay, all right. So we have successfully logged in into ArgoCD now. Let me go and create a new application. So this can be any name, ArgoCD demo, and project name is default, so which is pre-populated. So here you will be having the 2 option, manual or automatic. I'm going to select manual for now, and then under the repository URL, let me copy this and provide them here. And but actually my YAML file under the deployment directory is gitoff.yaml. So I'm going to give that path as deploy folder. And the cluster one is a pre-populate. It's just no need to worry about this. And then here Jenkins names, Jenkins. Okay, I think pretty much I'm done. Let's give create. Yes. So the moment you create, it's determined that there are some few changes. Okay, for now, let us go and sync it up. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to do some few changes on the gate, and then I wanted to show that how this is getting updated automatically, and also at the same time I'm going to show some configuration on the Jenkins side. So let me quickly show you what I have done in my Jenkins job configuration. Go to configure. So I'm downloading, this is the development team Git repository, which I'm downloading to my workspace. And then I'm doing a Maven compilation. And if you see here, this build number is coming from the Jenkins number. So this is the environment variable of Jenkins. So that one will automatically, whenever the new build get kick off, let's say my build number is 40, then my version of my application is going to, the image is going to be Tomcat app -40. And if you look at here, what I'm doing here, I'm also doing the git clone of my other repository, the git of demo. Okay, so I'm downloading that to my workspace and then going to that Elm directory. What I'm doing here, so let me open that template file. So here I'm trying to replace this value to that build number. So the set command, I'm just finding out, the set is just nothing but find and replace. I'm finding this tag version and replacing with a build number, and then I'm just updating directly on the template.yaml file. Then what I'm doing that I'm copying this template file to under the deploy/gitops, and then I wanted to keep this template file forever without modifying it, because in my next build iteration I wanted to keep the template file as is. That's why I'm just doing a set command. I'm just reversing it. If you see here, I'm finding the build number. Let's say the 40 is my build number. That 40 will be replaced to the original value of my my git template. It will replace back to tag version. Yeah, don't worry too much on this. I just wanted to tell you that how generally this activity will be performed in the Jenkins job. And after that, these are all the configuration. Yeah, I will just put those commands in my GitHub account so that you can very well see all these commands. Okay, let me go and run it. So right now, if you see here, your gitops.yaml value is 23 and the new build number is going to be 24. Yeah, see here, Tomcat 24. So once the image got pushed to Docker Hub, and then I can go and do the refresh, do the reload. Yeah. So my GitOps demo repository, the values changed to Tomcat 24, but my Elm directory is still going to be have the same one, Git template, because I wanted to keep it as is for all my future builds. Okay, now let us go back to my ArgoCD demo. So what happens now in the, okay, let me open my server. kubectl get pods -n Jenkins. This is my, okay, kubectl describe pods -n Jenkins. If you see here, your image in my currently is 23. I'm going to do a refresh, then it will become 24. Okay, see already, yeah, it became out of sync. I think it's pretty super fast. So on the left hand side, it's your Git is having the latest. That's what it is. If you go and do a app diff, it will tell exactly what is the difference. Your Git repository is 24 and on the server it is 23. Let me go and do a sync. So yeah, you can do a sync here. It will tell you what is outdated. So it says GitHub service. I really don't want this to sync up, but anyway, that is fine. Let me go and do a synchronize. Okay, it is updated. Now going back to my Kubernetes cluster, I'm going to do the same thing. If you see here, see now, the one what we saw 23, that is modified to 24. So the bottom line here is, it will just compare between your Git and the manifest, between your Git manifest file with the manifest file on the Kubernetes cluster. Whenever there is a difference, it will immediately say out of sync. So again, the source of truth for GitHub is always your GitHub repository, not the deployment server. So let me quickly create one with the auto sync. You create. Okay, it will start immediately syncing up between your GitHub and Kubernetes cluster. I hope you understand the basics of ArgoCD implementation in Kubernetes. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe it. Before I do log out, I wanted to show something here where you have a lot of other features, like you can do a rollback based on the Git hash. So whenever you do a code commit, you always get some kind of git commit hash that can be used as a parameter to a rollback based on where you wanted to roll back. It will help you to roll back based on the git commit version. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.